Hello, chat. We're gonna give it 5 minutes. Also, say hi to Ashima for me. You know, some of you probably already talked with him on chat, so say hi, Ashima. Are you kidding me? Oh no, you're there. Very good.
Hello. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, I see why now. Damn it. I gosh, God, right. Let him again. We're doing another Link stream. This time a little different. There's gonna be probably a bit of gameplay. But, like, mainly this is gonna be a guide tier list shenanigan. Yes, again. I know. We've done this like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And that one sucks. I would look, not completely, but it was not the best. I will not deny it was not my best tier list. There were tiers, yes. You're gonna have to give me a little bit because there are 2 tiers I need to add to this tier list specifically first for this one. We were gonna do 2 tier lists, by the way. The first one is basically everything counts, so to speak, tier list. In the department that it, like, how to explain? That just literally anything counts. You, like, every skill, every ability, every shenanigan mechanic, all of that basically, you know, counts. Literally. And that's about it. Yeah, we can. You know what? Let's put this all the way down there because this is for later. This one tier here. But yeah. Every shenanigan, every drive, no drive, mystic codes, every combination possible into humanity, everything but infinites count for this list. Everything but that shit. That is the only thing this tier list is not counting, is literally the infinites. Everything else is accounted for. Maps, everything else, even including maps, all maps, but it's just a general guy. It's just a general tier. In terms of, we're not doing this specifically to map A, B, C, or D. Because if we did, I can tell you one of these characters would be immediately at the top of EX for a specific map. Right. You know which one, Ashima, don't you? We don't have to question which map that is for Gilderay. Anyways, but yeah, that would be an example. So we're doing generalized, so we don't have that issue. Otherwise, we'd be here doing 5 tier lists, 10 tier lists at the very least. We'll be here all day. So 2 tier lists. The first one is, as I said, anything but infinites count, which we'll be doing right now. The second tier list, we'll talk about it after we're done with this one. That one is special. So to start off, shall we get this shit show started, Ashima?
Oh yeah, baby, let's go.
Okay, so hopefully everyone is ready. If you're not, well, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm not stopping the stream for this. Anyways, let's start. So we have 1,000,001 tiers. Where should we start? Probably from the bottom. Probably. I don't think this should surprise anyone. Drake is literally the worst character in the game, and the D tier is the Drake tier, as we like to call it. Quite literally. I mean, where do we even start? This says, even if we take into account everything Drake had. Okay, let's give Drake the positives.
Drive gain is so good.
Drive gain is good.
However, he has no kill combos to speak of. At least no regular kill combos.
We're trying to stay positive first, Ashima.
Oh, positive.
Positive.
Right.
She has really good drive gain. Like, really good drive gain. The only other possible kind of situational positive is Golden Anchor going through terrain. And that's it. negatives. Okay, no kill combos, as Ashima has already put up for everyone. No kill combos on Drake. Basically, extremely punishable abilities, like every freaking one of them, except Make Way, is punishable by nature. Like, seriously, it's actually ridiculous. Her drive skill can be interrupted. Like, easily interrupted. It's not even like just interrupted, it's like easily interrupted. Maybe not the easiest to interrupt, but still easy to interrupt. Like, no, again, basic attacks suck. I'm sorry. Her basic attacks also suck. Again, the only shtick she has going for her is drive gain.
And
And
the thing is, her drive skill is interruptible.
exactly, eh? But yeah, exactly. There's nothing going for this character except drive gain. And that's not enough because almost all the, like, 60% of the cast can be said to have good drive gain as well. Again, the only good shtick she's got going for her is... Actually, we lied. There is one kill combo. Yeah, drive goes through walls too as well. Yeah, there is that positive. There is one kill combo. But it requires you to hit Make Way point blank into a golden... Actually, there is a combo, not a kill combo, my bad. It requires you to hit Make Way point blank into golden anchor. It doesn't
With a
kill.
back attack. You can actually kill it.
Yeah, you
but
can.
It's so specific. It's so specific.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you have to use the ranged skill point blank, back attack both hits, and golden anchor at the literally at the same time, and back attack both times. If you somehow everything goes right, you technically have a kill combo. Is it fucking reliable? Hell no.
You would, Drake would never go behind the person. You're usually at the forefront.
Exactly.
It's absolutely meaningless.
Exactly. You are better working off as a support in Drake's game. If you do it 1v1, you're screwed. Sorry. Probably 90% of the time you're screwed.
If you're in a team, the only thing you can do is go either below or above and then drop anchors.
Yep.
You're useful that way.
Yeah, exactly. You are a support. The best way I can tell you this is you're just a support this game. Like, if you play Drake, play as a support, not as anything else. I am so sorry, but it is the pain you live by playing Drake. Yes, I had to read this because I just remembered something. Okay. Sorry about that, chat. Next character. We're not gonna stay here on Drake, but Drake is probably the worst character. We're sorry. Arjuna. C tier. Okay, positives first. Obviously. First positive. Simple. Extremely good drive gain. Like, better than Drake's, actually. Second positive. His drive skill is actually really freaking good. It covers a wide area, goes over terrain, and he's invincible during the usage of his drive skill. Any more positives? Agniga is a relatively good snipe.
And it's quite fast.
And it's
compared to the other
decently
skills he has.
fast. Yeah.
Godspeed Bow has a really, really big area of impact.
Exactly. Also Godspeed Bow has a really big area of impact, which is pretty nice. Now the negatives. He has...
Godspeed Bow is so vulnerable.
It is the high risk, high reward ability, where it's like, if you hit it, good. If you don't hit it, you're fucked. You are pretty much dead. I don't care. You are gonna die, buddy. I am so sorry if you miss Godspeed Bow. Agni Diva is a good snipe, but for some stupid reason, it does not have the highest ranges, unfortunately, even though it's a snipe skill. Which doesn't
Archer, by the way.
is also an archer, by the way, let's not forget. Okay, but Rick has boobs.
That is
True.
True, put her up there. Put her up there.
There you go, plus one. Okay.
C tier. C tier.
C tier for the boobs. Okay, now we're doing this for real, people. Let's not. But none of that. more negatives for Arjuna. His basic attacks are probably the second worst in the game, if not the worst one. His skills don't have a lot of range, even though he's an archer. And the skills that do have range literally don't make him move. He can't move during those. Except Agnigandiva, but that's the exception to the rule, again.
It's his only good skill,
Which is
but
his...
it's extremely skinny. But
Exactly.
it's so skinny, you have to be an actual archer
Yeah,
because of how accurate you need to be with him.
Mhm.
It's so bizarre.
it's like, you have to be a true sniper king with this character. And on unlimited range on that department. So, you better be practicing your Agnigandivas. That's all I have to say. If you're gonna play this character. This character's better played, by the way, as a kind of off-lane character. Off-point, my bad, not off-lane. Off-point character, where you just stay off the point and barrage people with artillery. You're an artillery barrage character, like this.
You wouldn't kill with Arjuna, but
Exactly.
you will do a lot of damage.
Exactly. He has no kill combos, by the way. Or technically it does, but it's extremely hard to do and it's extremely inconsistent. Again, it's like Drake's, which is like you have to basically like, I think it was like Flame Pillar into Agnigandiva like super fast, and it has to be like point blank range again. Good, or reverse that. I don't remember. It's one of those two. But it won't happen a lot. Like, it won't. Also, his stun is relatively on the weaker side.
It's quite tiny, that thing.
It's
doesn't
tiny
have
and
it doesn't
slow.
have a big, and it doesn't have the surface area it actually looks like
Mm-hmm.
it has. It's just really skinny compared to what it looks like.
Exactly. So, he's a C tier character. He's not... Also, don't use him in 1v1s. He's like, probably worse than Drake in 1v1 scenarios. Not even possibly. He pretty much is terrible in 1v1. I can make him work, but that's a special case.
Too much effort. You would lose hair before you finish
Exactly.
perfecting the Arjuna.
Yeah, you basically like... But, okay, we're not doing the guide yet, we're doing the tier list. Let's stay on... Okay, next character. I am so sorry for this. For every Archimedes player out there, I am so sorry. I want him to be good. I want him to be good as well. But I cannot. No, we have tried. What are some of the positives? Odometer is a really good rush skill. Like,
Yep.
really
Yeah,
good
he
rush
kills
skill.
them.
He
It's a really good kill combo, but however,
is extremely situationally. It doesn't happen all the time. It is very
and
unreliable.
you need to be precise with it.
Mm.
You need to hit Partita right in the middle. So all of the 4 arms hit and 2 of them hit the back attack crit. And
Yeah.
then you go Odometer. However, this game, you have to move a lot. And you're not gonna hit center perfectly every time. So
So,
it's just going to look like literally no damage for Archimedes.
on the other hand, though, he does have a guaranteed guard break with this combo. It is guaranteed to guard break anyone with this combo, which is Partita into Odometer. So those things into that rush skill. It is at the very least a reliable guard break. He also has a slow field, which we can consider a positive, but it has a negative attached to it, which is, yeah, good luck deploying this without someone punishing you for it. It takes a while for him to deploy the slow field, unfortunately. Or, any other positives I can think of? Decent drive gain, it's fine, it's
He's
not bad.
cool.
He's cool.
He's cool.
Reflection goes through walls, which is like a long range skill he has. Goes through walls, but it's slow.
His
somehow.
drive also goes through walls.
Also, his drive goes through.
However,
Negatives.
his drive,
Yeah.
You know what happens with this drive?
So his
It has
drive-
the jankiest hitbox, man.
It has the jankiest hitbox in existence, where some people can be in the middle of it and not die, but the ones on the corners of it will. It is the wonkiest shit to make, like, actually hit someone. For some stupid reason. Nobody understands this drive skill. None of us understand how this drive skill works. Also, he's interruptible during using the drive skill as well, so he's not invulnerable. You can interrupt him. A lot of his skills make him stop in place, besides Odometer and Partita. And his basic attacks are actually decent. They are actually decent basic attacks for a caster. He probably has the best basic attacks of the casters by far, which is kind of surprising. But again, that doesn't make up for the points that it doesn't have enough drive gain. It's decent, but it's nothing amazing. Again, no actual kill combo, reliable kill combo, and his drive skill is just weirdest shit on the planet. He's better than Arjuna. Also, in a 1v, also if you want to play him, you can play him point or outside. He probably is better outside, but you can play him point. You can also as a support, especially as a support, he's better because, you know, slow field. 1v1 wise, he's fine. He's not the best, but I wouldn't say he's the worst 1v1 character. At least he's better than Arjuna and Drake. That's for sure. Next, C+ tier. We're done with the C and D tiers. This is a special case. Mr. Astolfo. That's with the C+. So why do we have a C+ tier? And a B+ and an A+. There are some characters that are better than the tier below them, but not good enough to actually deserve to be in the tier actually above. So they're kind of in between. Astolfo is the case where it's like, Astolfo is obviously better than Archimedes and Arjuna, but he's not good enough to be on the tier of everyone in B. So, C+. We got C+. So, how good is Astolfo? Extremely counterable is the best way to describe Astolfo. We'll start with the positives.
Hippogriff is the best skill he has.
Yes.
Absolutely good range. You can control it very well. It's an amazing rush skill. He has a counter.
And a buff skill. And a buff skill.
And a buff skill, yeah.
He feels like he has a lot of good things, doesn't he? Also, his drive skill makes him invulnerable. Nice. What are the negatives, right? Hippogriff is extremely goddamn counterable. My lord almighty. You can counter his only skill. Also, Hippogriff can kill by itself. There's also that positive. But why is he so low? He's extremely counterable. He probably is the easiest character to counter in this game, because his whole game plan revolves around Hippogriff. Because his basic attacks suck, his all attack skills suck, so basically the only thing you have to ever worry about is Hippogriff. And counter to a point. So, you counter Hippogriff, Astolfo goes down the drain. Slow counter range skills. Exactly. You can just put slows to stop him. You can just use counter to literally just get him out of the fucking Hippogriff. Or use a range skill and he'll never even get close to you. Which, out of every character, pretty much everyone has a solution for this. Or, you know, you can just outrun Hippogriff. That also is a thing.
That is also an option. Yep.
That is actually...
Especially for Lubu or Medusa, or if you have attack speed on.
Yeah, and those two actually have to use that option because they have no way to actually deal with it. They can't stop you, but they actually can outrun you. So, yeah, it's one of those cases of, like, your character is all around one strategy, and that one strategy is countered by almost the whole cast. Unfortunately. Well, we also have to talk about drive gain. Drive gain is decent. Astolfo's drive gain is decent. Again, Hippogriff, hell of a drug. And again, the actual drive skill is pretty good. Has a really good range. It's invulnerable. It's pretty nice. It's just a shame that Astolfo is just so easily counterable that it doesn't freaking matter. All the positives don't matter when he's so counterable. Like, you can probably play around stuff. Like, he's obviously better than the ones below him. But he is definitely not better than the ones above. Due to this problem. How good is Astolfo by himself? Not very good. 1v1 Astolfo is a bad idea because you can just counter him easier. Even more easily. In a team game, Astolfo is the... Hope your team can protect you while you can keep the opponents occupied so you can hippogriff them to hell. And basically carry your team. Just get a Robin.
Just get a Robin. A Robin is the best partner for Astolfo.
Exactly. He'll protect you, he'll keep you safe, and he'll kick some ass. There you go. Next, B tier. We're finally getting to the tier which is more where the characters get a bit more okay. We're getting to the okay tier, so to speak. These characters are good. Don't require that. Require still practice, but they're not as don't require as much practice to make good of. So at the very bottom of this, hello Robin, how have you been? Mr. Robin, the eternal B tier character in this freaking game. No matter what he does, he can never get out of B. We've tried everything, by the way. We have tried everything. Positives though. Let's start with the positives. Robin, good fellow indeed, buddy. Positives. First off, he has the highest range skill in the game with Poison Arrow. It's a literal snipe from 10 years away. Like, that thing goes forever. By all we know, that shit just goes. He has a lot of artillery skill. Meaning that he's very much an outside of point character. Has invisibility, which is a really good thing. And he has a actually really good drive skill. His drive skill not only makes him basically untargetable, because he literally jumps up in the air, so there's nothing you can really do about it. Not even Tentacle Metal can get him out of the freaking sky. And his drive skill is one of the few things that can hit twice. And this actually freaking matters. Because the first hit is when he shoots the arrow, and the second hit is the explosion. One of these is easier to dodge than the other. And I can tell you it's not the snipe. The explosion is easier to dodge than the freaking snipe. A really good Robin will be able to use this drive skill to, like, its full effect. So we're saying a lot of good things about him, right? Like, really good drive skill, like...
You forgot one more thing.
What have I forgot?
He can stay on the... He can stay in the air for as long as you like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he can
as long as he spams his double light.
Exactly. You can...
So strong.
You can
and
basically...
you can also go down as well.
Yeah.
After you go down, you can jump again and you still have the tankiness.
Exactly.
It's so bizarre how they allow that for Robin.
Yeah, which is weird, but it is a thing that he can do. He's the only character that can do this. Not even Skaha can. And she jumps in the air.
But Emiya can actually. He can do it with fronting.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's so rare.
But that's rare.
It's very rare.
That's a rarity. But yeah, Robin can consistently do this. So, why is he in B tier and not higher from all the good stuff we said? Simple. First off, his basic attacks suck. Like, they are bad, Arjuna levels of bad. They're terrible. Like, yeah, never gonna hit anyone with that. Second, all his skills involve some kind of sniping situation, except for one skill. And even that one is only good when people don't see it coming. His drive gain is okay. It's not bad. It's okay. It's like slightly better than maybe Archimedes. Around the same. It's around there. But here's the main shtick. He is not a point character. This is the main thing why we cannot give him any higher than B. He is forever and ever the character that is outside point the character. Only. He is the best DPS support in the game, probably. But he is the worst point character in the game at the same time. Unfortunately, literally all of that doesn't help his case. Also doesn't help that he does not have an actual proper kill combo. He has a guard break combo, but he has no actual kill combo, unfortunately.
He has a few kill. He has one, but it's so hard to do. People will just block it. You can do Hunter's Rain into Arrowhead or Arrowhead into Kick, but people will just run away from it.
People will run away or block.
Totally useless.
Yeah.
It's totally useless.
Exactly.
But you can.
Okay.
Theoretically.
Okay, I guess you can theoretically do it, but good luck doing it.
Good luck. It's impossible. It's impossible. We don't recommend it, definitely.
Yeah, he's an outside the point character. Like, he literally, his best job is when people are not focusing him, and he can just kill you from afar and annoy the living shit out of you. If you kill a Robin, be glad. It's like you either A, focused, or he fucked up. That's as simple as that. Robin will only die if they fuck up, or you were literally focusing Robin all day long. Anyways, that is him. Again, as I said, the reason is mainly because he can't 1v1. Also, he's terrible in 1v1s. Except Liz.
Unless you're fighting Liz.
Unless you're fighting Liz. For some reason, when you're fighting Liz, it's actually in your favor. Every other matchup is pretty much a losing matchup. Yes, even Arjuna is a losing matchup for him. So yeah, we'll see. Next, B tier. Let's see what we got down here. Oh, I think it's Skahak. Yeah, it's Skahak. Skahak! Everyone's favorite Shisho. Everyone's favorite Shisho. We all love Hot Mama Shisho, obviously. So what are the positives? Probably the S tier NP animation, my ass. My ass.
You mean hers? Hey, you mean
Her ass? Yes. Everything else? No. Anyways, let's get buried. Positives. Probably the second best stun in the game. Like, not even a question on that one. Like, maybe best. There's still debate if it's the best or second best, but it's hard to debate it's the best because of the properties of the actual best stun in the game. Just because of a property that one has, especially. Basically, your stun is the longest range stun in the game. It's fast enough, and you will get hit eventually by this. I will just guarantee you, it will happen eventually. Some of the actual has kill combos for once. Finally, a character with kill combos. Well, you do have to do a little bit of shield canceling to do the kill combo, but it's just once. You only need to do it once. It should be fine. A good decent drive skill. She's invulnerable during it. You're never gonna kill anyone with it, though. That's the unfortunate shame, is you'll never kill anyone with this drive skill. But she's invulnerable, so positives there. Also pretty good damage on every single one of her skills. Really good first two basic attacks. The first two basic attacks are really good. And this is where we stop the positives. Now on the negatives. First negative. The rest of her basic attack chain sucks. For some reason, she goes from a godlike attack speed to snail pace attack speed. Like, actual snail pace attack speed. For some
you can either deal 100 or 0 damage.
Yeah. She has two rush skills, out of which one of them is extremely unreliable unless you hit it from max range. And the other one is extremely punishable. Unless you hit it point blank and they don't block. So yeah. One of the worst point characters in the game because of both her rush skills. Because she has these rush skills that make her go 10 billion years away, she cannot reliably stay on point. Ever. Drive gain is dependent on people not focusing on you. Her drive gain is good if no one is paying attention to you. Is an Arjuna case again, basically. If no one's focusing on you, actually have good drive gain. If people are actually focusing on you, you're not getting any drive anytime soon, buddy. I am so sorry.
You're relegated into a support.
Yeah.
You just have to contribute with stuns. And if that doesn't work, you'll be bait.
Exactly.
That's the only thing you can do.
Exactly.
Or you can at least attempt to break their shields with flame and then zigzag.
Yeah.
That could help your team. That could help your team.
That could help your team. But as you can see, she's better than a few of the ones below, as we've said before. But unfortunately, she is a pretty punishable character. A lot of her skills are punishable, as I said already. Again, both her rush skills, basically. She cannot stay on point, and she relies very heavily on hitting her stun. Like, you're probably not gonna kill anyone outside of stunning someone. I mean, it's a really good stun, don't take me wrong, but if you're relying purely on your stun hitting, we might have an issue. Either way, in a team setting, as I said, she's better off point. In a 1v1 scenario, she is fine. She can do fine. She will have trouble just staying on point, as I already said. That's the only issue. In a 1v1 scenario, she's fine. Next character. Actually, not you yet. Hello, Lancelot. How you doing? Actually, no. No. John. John's next. We're dealing with this now. Immediately. No questions asked. We're doing this now. Jeanne d'Arc. How do we even start here? Positives. Really good AoE skills. Like, every skill she has is AoE in some shape, way, shape, or format. Like, literally every single freaking one of them has a good area of effect. Motherfucker with no La Pucelle YFGO. Okay. That's a positive. Because of this positive, she also has good drive gain. So, second positive. Third positive, she has a counter. Expensive Stella. Yeah, exactly. She has a good drive. Drive gain. Fourth positive. Her actual slow skill is actually pretty decent. She actually has a slow skill and it's actually pretty decent. And her drive skill is immune as well. She also has a drive skill immune that covers a whole area around her. It's one of those AoE types. You're probably not gonna kill anyone with it, but you will get people off the point. So, yay. Now to the negatives.
Combos.
Let's
beautiful combos.
Also, she has really good combos. Yes, she has really good kill combos. Negatives. First off, she has the worst counter in the game. On the pure department, it's the easiest to dodge. I am not joking. You can dodge.
Second only to Astolfo.
Second only to Astolfo, probably. Yes. Like, it's so easy to dodge. Second issue. Her drive skill actually costs health bar. Yes, she will actually lose health from using her drive skill. So, be careful with that. And now for her actual main issue. We've said a lot of good things. Also, her basic attacks are kind of meh. It's okay, but it's nothing amazing. But her NP. We don't usually talk about NPs because all the NPs are the same. Except hers. For some stupid freaking reason. The creators of this game decided that every NP should be the same but hers. And hers should literally lead to her killing herself. So yeah, if you ever use her NP, you will die immediately. No questions asked. Back to base. Wait for the spawn timer to pass. Or use a revive.
It's literally worse if you have 10 kills already, because it continues on even if you have them.
Exactly.
Because in this game, the timer like extends every time you get a kill, and its maximum number is like 10. So if you're John and you have NP and you try to get people out of the point, and you die for it, you're going to get full 30 seconds of death timer just by using your NP instead of, I don't know, getting half of it instead. It's so broken and really bad gameplay wise. I understand why they did it lore wise.
Lore wise it makes sense, but gameplay it's shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, imagine you're like the only character on point is your Jean and you have the NP and you need to use it. You using that will just cost your team the game because your team is dead. You are gonna be dead as well, and the enemy team probably got out of your NP no matter what you do. So your NP makes zero difference to stall, like at all. It does not stall for shit. Like
Maybe
it's
you can take the NP towers to stall another ruler character from getting it.
that's
However, if you use it yourself, it's definitely almost not worth it. All the
At that
time.
point, we might
Yeah,
as well
right.
just say, why use her instead of the other ruler who doesn't have that problem? So there you go. That's why Jean is down
Maybe
here.
just-
This
Maybe you just do it for waifu, but still,
we
come
do
on.
it for waifu. You do it for waifu, yeah, fair enough. But like gameplay wise, there's no reason. And literally, this is why she's down here. That NP really just ruins a lot of stuff. The rest of her skills are good, even if some of them are a little slow, but they're fine. Next, now we can actually talk about these two. Ku or Lancelot first. Probably. Who? They're really
Holy
close.
cool.
Probably.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Holy cool. Lancelot has good drive, yeah.
Yeah.
You can go Lancelot.
Cool
You can go
call.
Ku first.
Q first. Q Cullen is a B tier character. He's better than Shisho. He's better than his teacher. I can tell you that much. Hot take there. And why is he good? First off, he has the only skill in the game where he is actually immune to everything. Like, it doesn't matter. Drive skill doesn't do shit to him. NP, okay, that one does, but any kind of skill doesn't do shit to him. Any basic attack doesn't do shit to him. Nothing works against when he does this one skill. This one skill literally makes him invulnerable during its duration. Only. Not at the start, nor at the end, but during the middle, you are completely invulnerable to everything. More. He has a decent drive skill, which is invulnerable. It's decent, nothing amazing. His basic attacks are really good, actually. They are some of the fastest basic attacks in general. Just the whole chain is just fast.
He has the longest chain in the game, actually.
He also has the longest chain in the game, yes. So, pretty nice. Dive kick aerial, which we'll just consider it good because you can get some people with this. It's one of the nicest things to have. It's a nice thing to have if you're not counting infinites, obviously. And the actually a buff skill, but one of the worst buff skills in the game. And finally, literally some of the quickest skills as well. Relatively some of the quickest skills as well. Negatives now. First off, he has a kill combo, but it requires basic attacks. Like, starting. Doing basically almost a full chain into Gabe Bolg is basically a requirement to get a kill. Second negative. His drive gain is shit. It is not the worst in the game, but it's the second worst in the game, which doesn't make it much better. It's a really bad drive gain. He has no range, almost no range. All of his skills basically are like at best mid-range, and that's not a lot. I can tell you right now, there's not a lot. And finally, and probably maybe not the biggest issue, but the last issue, the consistency that he has. So his main kill option is Gabe Bolg. Unfortunately, Gabe Bolg is consistently not consistent. It is consistent if you're good at aiming, but have you ever tried hitting a needle in a haystack or finding a needle in a haystack? That's hitting Gabe Bolg properly, basically. You need to hit pinpoint accuracy right in the middle of the body of the opponent for it to do damage. Otherwise, it will only hit stun them and do 0 damage. Because why not?
He also has a debuff on his buff skill.
He also
Like,
has
twin-
buff on his
defense-
buff skill.
defense down. So it's so detrimental to his survivability streak.
And this
Even
guy,
though that's what he wants to do.
exactly. He wants to do that. But also, as I said, getting a kill with him is not that easy due to his whole thing. Oh yeah, no AoE, by the way. Yes, no AoE. It's all basically single target skills. Like, again, Fangs of the Earth is invuln skill is probably the closest thing to an AoE you have. And it's not even that big. So, sorry. But yeah, that's basically, he's still better than the other ones. He's a very good 1v1 duelist though. Really good in 1v1s. And he's an amazing point character because, you know, he can invuln. Literally. Like, why wouldn't he be a point character? Absolutely horrendous off point, but an amazing point character. Also, I forgot to say this for Jean. Jean is a good point character, but you can also use it as a support. Both. Either way, that's Cuchulainn. He's good. Not amazing, though. And our final B tier character, Lancelot. Lancelot, as Invuln is discussing as drive kills some skills. Yes. You can just say it, man. You don't need to type it. You're in my freaking goddamn Twitches for. Man, come on, Ashiva. You can just say it. Just intercede whenever you want.
No, don't worry about it. I'm still here. I just had to cough a little bit.
Fair enough. Okay. Lancelot. We once upon a time, I put this man down here. After a lot of thinking and, you know, actually listening to other people's take on the character and other stuff about other characters, finally came to the conclusion that he is better than we thought. Not much better than we thought, but better than we actually originally thought. So let's start with the simple part. The good stuff. First off, he has a really good counter, probably one of the best counters in the game on the pure simple department that it combos into anything and everything. He has, basically, almost anything and everything he has. Has really good point presence, I'd say. He's a really good point character. A really good drive skill, which has deceptive range. And also is invuln.
And go through walls.
And goes through walls. Sometimes. It's inconsistent on that department. And some actually good drive game when you think about it. He actually has good drive game when you think about it. If you can use everything he has. Keyword.
He has an insane kill combo, actually.
Insane
It's
kill
so
combos.
potent.
He has 2 of them, by the way. Both start in the
So
same
potent.
spot. But yeah.
It's
It's consistent. That's the main point. It's a consistent kill combo. It's our first consistent kill combo on that department, by the way. What are the negatives, though? I've said a lot of positives already. But there has to be some reason he's down here. Yeah. First off, his skills are, for lack of a
Slow.
better term, slow. They are so easy to punish. Some of them you just have to block once and you are fine. And you can then punish him on the inverse of that. His drive game is good, as I said. If you're not in an Arjuna situation, if you're, again, not being focused. Again. So, dependent. Second weakness, he's a berserker. Which means that he has the smallest drive time in the game. So, sorry to say, you're not gonna get drive a lot. Or if you are gonna get it, you're not gonna stay in it very long. You're basically on a drive deficiency problem. And that's basically it. Also, his basic attacks are good, by the way. His basics are good. Not amazing,
if you want
but good.
to chase someone,
They're,
just go with Lancelot. You
yeah,
can chase them with basics.
exactly.
And also, what? what's the thing about Lancelot? He has a skill called mimicry.
Ah,
Where
okay.
he can.
Yeah, okay, calm down. We'll just a second. Let's just finish off the B tier version of him because that one has to be talked specifically in a bit.
Right,
Just to finish the base Lancelot. He's good, not amazing. He has good kill combos, but he has obvious weaknesses, as you can kindly see. That's why he's in B tier. In general, there's no more reasons for it. It's just being a berserker is a bit of a pain, and he's too slow to be any more than this. So
He stays too long in the submachine gun. That's the only thing that is wrong with him. If
Yeah.
that submachine gun was a lot, if
Quicker.
he instantly gets out of it, he would be A tier instantly. That's
Exactly.
his only weakness.
maybe B. I'm not gonna say A tier yet, but B plus for sure. But for now, we'll leave him at the top of. For now. Now we gotta talk about his mimicry. So the reason why I separate Lancelot baseline and mimicry is because mimicry is special. Instead of you playing Lancelot, you play one of the other characters in game. Instead, that's what mimicry does. It transforms him into one of the other characters for like basically the whole duration of the cooldown of mimicry. I am not joking. It's that long. You are basically not playing Lancelot. That's why I don't count mimicry as playing Lancelot, but some people might. And if you do account him as that, he is either the worst character in the game or the best character in the game. It depends on what you get. Like, he is all over the place if you use mimicry. Like, it's fully dependent on what other character you get. So, mimicry,
It's really gotcha.
it's literally you're playing the gotcha.
And if your only enemies are also Lancelots, you wouldn't be able to use mimicry at all.
Yeah, if you're only playing against Lancelot's mimicry does nothing. It doesn't change your skills at all. You have Testus, it does nothing, unfortunately. Which is a bit of a shame. It would have been a really fun game mode. To like just
Literally just silent Lancelots.
yeah, silent Lancelot, that would be hilarious. But yeah, unfortunately no can do, and it's a bit of a shame. Oh well, maybe next time they make the next game. Okay, time for B+. We're done with B. Let's start with Liz. This is your character. It's your turn. Actually, just a minute. I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. This is quick.
Okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna do anything to chat. This is a good break, I guess.
Told you I was quick. There we go.
Alright. So, let's talk about Liz. Why is she B+? Well, she used to be pretty bad.
We
I would
used to
say
consider it down here, right? Originally.
she was really bad because one, she cannot. I'll change it up a bit. I'll go with negatives first. First off, Liz has definitely one of the worst guard breaks in the game unless you count her spear. All of her skills do nothing to the shield, so you can just block Elizabeth's advances and you'll be fine. Another thing is that she has too much rev when she uses her skills. It's way too slow when you want to deploy every skill that she has. So she's quite vulnerable, extremely so. Third, she has little damage. Absolutely, you do not want to use her at all for dueling. You don't. You will lose almost all of the fights she has, unless it's Arjuna. You can beat Arjuna definitely.
Yeah, okay. That's
The
not saying
others,
much.
that's not saying much, but
It's something.
it's out there. It's out there. Okay. And when she uses her drive skill, it is extremely interruptible.
Oh yeah, just a point. You might also beat Drake, but that's again not saying. Anyways, sorry.
Need someone to play with.
Sorry. Like we'd play, but we're in the middle of this tier list thing and stuff, so unfortunately it's a
No
bad
problem.
timing. We can play another time, definitely. We have to play it. So just
Probably just
Now is
not
a bad-
today, my friend.
Just not today.
Oh, we are
Oh,
playing on
Switch. Oh, you should.
We're playing on Steam.
We
We're
play
playing
on Steam. You need to ask on the Switch channel in Discord. If you are there, please. Like, it's your best chance. We unfortunately play Steam, so we can't really help with that.
Okay, so we now go on to the positives of Elizabeth. So, normally, if you go with Elizabeth, you go with the right build and the right Mystic Code. And the perfect Mystic Code for Elizabeth, you go Dimensional. To go with Dimensional Elizabeth...
You're wondering
can
what
go
it
with-
is cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
Basically.
Cooldown reduction is
No, it's
good
not.
with Elizabeth. It's good with Elizabeth because she can spam her abilities and get drive easily. The only thing you need to do is spam her heart skill and then Iron Maiden and then spear. You can get drive in 15 seconds. That is equivalent to one of the best characters in the game currently, which is Gilgamesh.
This only applies for Stormy Sea Palace. Oh, said.
Yep, it's Stormy Sea. It's Stormy Sea. You can get 20 on not Millennium Capital. On what was that? City of Destiny, was it?
The City of Destiny is the.
Yeah, that one. City of Destiny and the Saint Metropolitan. You can also get that in like 20 seconds or a little bit less. However, on Rome and on Millennium Capital, you wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
be
that's
as good as Gilgamesh there.
yeah. But yeah, as you can see, this is better than we originally thought because of Dimension. Also, Ashima's that one. So that's. Also, Raphael, no, Karna is not A+.
You need to guess a little bit better than
It's a bit
A+.
better than.
Also, and back on track with Elizabeth.
Yeah.
She can surprise kill people. There is a combo that you can use if you want to surprise kill people. If you have drive on Elizabeth, I would recommend not immediately opening it up. Because if you catch someone with Iron Maiden, that is the perfect time to drop it out. That was the perfect time to press drive, and then when Iron Maiden like closes, the animation of the Iron Maiden closes, that's when you use the speaker skill that she has, and then direct it to where the Iron Maiden has sucked the characters away. So the initial places where your targets are. And that would kill them instantly.
Yep.
You would not expect it, but that is probably one of the potent ways Elizabeth can be used.
Yeah.
It also has a kill combo, however it uses 3 skills. Unlike the regular characters like Lancelot, who can do 2 skills and it kills.
Well, his rely on a counter.
His relies on a counter.
There is one big positive that he's forgotten to tell you. Iron Man is bullshit.
I definitely did not deliberately leave that out.
Like, Iron Maiden is literally what makes this character work. It sucks literally basically everyone very easily, and for some reason it's bugged. So what Ashima has left out of this is that this thing can hit globally because for some reason, when it explodes, it doesn't seem to have a minimum range due to online connectivity. So, basically it goes infinite all the way, basically hitting you on the other side of the map.
It also applies to the speaker skills, which can also globally damage people. And
Well-
if you go with the Metasonic Concert ability, it also does so. The first tick of the speaker when it drops, it can globally hit people.
However,
And for the Metasonic Concert, you can also hit on the first tick, and it will also be global.
however, there is one negative to this whole bugging situation. She's the only character that can kill your teammates. That's actually
Yeah,
happened.
That is true. That is true.
She can actually kill your teammates. It has happened before. She's also the reason why sometimes NPs don't get thrown away. Because Iron Maiden bugs the living shit out of everyone else in the game. And
Yep,
somehow...
you should never escape an Iron Maiden using an NP, because if the Iron Maiden explodes, the damage still carries over, and you fire your NP, inside of your spawn instead of the point.
Yeah.
So you deal absolutely no damage and you lose your NP in the process.
Or the other thing
It's
can
so
happen. Yeah. Or the other thing can happen where you do end up getting out, but you don't lose your NP for some reason because you didn't die.
It's extremely odd, but you still have to appreciate it.
So she's bugged the character. Mainly that's the reason. She would be B without these bugs, but because of the bugs she goes up a plus basically. Speak of it like that. The bugs make her better, which is hilarious. Otherwise she'd be over here. But yeah, because of that, we can't put her just here. Next up, the last B plus character. There's two actually in B plus. Medusa. This one is on the pure department that one of her weaknesses is very big. Unfortunately for her. That weakness is very big. On the positives though, my waifu's positives first. First off, the best stun in the game. Like, uncontestedly the best stun in the game. For the singular reason of it goes through block. You cannot block her stun. Ever. Never, ever, ever, freaking ever. So, simple as that. Cannot block her stun. Second, easy kill combo. Yes, she has a kill combo. It involves two skills, though if you use the stun, technically free. But, you know, the stun is just to make sure you hit the actual kill combo, so... Does that count? Ashima, does that?
I don't know. It probably doesn't.
Probably not. One of the best...
No damage.
Yeah,
when it's
the
done,
best
so
buff
it's done.
skill... Yeah, the best buff skill in the game... Well, second best. Tied with Lubu. The best one is someone else's for a completely different reason. But second best buff skill tied with Lubu. Oh shit, we forgot. 1 second. We forgot about someone. Fuck.
Oh, Mr. Lubu.
Mr. Lubu. Okay, we'll talk about
That's
Lubu in a
fine,
bit. We'll talk about him in a bit. Medusa, we'll keep going with Medusa. She's tied with Lubu for second best buff skill. Because it buffs her movement speed and attack speed. And your skill speed. Basically everything. Speed. And so it's just extremely good. Also, she has probably the second best drive in the game. Maybe.
And it looks like one of her skills.
And it looks literally like one of her skills. It is so
Her dialogue
fast.
is also, and her dialogue is the same as her skills. So
Exactly. Like, the only thing that's different is the animation of the character itself. But once you see it, it doesn't matter anymore. You're too close to her anyways. You're gonna die. Like, that shit hits twice. The first one is just to confirm you're gonna die. The second one kills you. So yeah, no. Her drive skill is bullshitly the second best drive skill in the game. Only behind one character's drive skill, but that one is just ridiculous.
Completely bullshit, we can tell you right now.
Also, you cannot... I mean, there is... I think you can interrupt her drive skill. I think I've seen it happen once. Good fucking luck doing that. It's
But
not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
As I said, I've seen it once in thousands of games. Thousands.
Probably. And it's probably caused by lag.
And it probably was lag. Yeah, exactly. So, no, you're not gonna interrupt her drive. Sorry to say. So, what is this? She seems really good. Also, her basics are really good. No questions there. They're really good basic attacks. So what the hell is her weakness for all of this? Well, technically she has two. First off, she has no range. She suffers from Goose syndrome in the same department where she doesn't really have a range skill. She is mid-range at best. But her main weakness, and the real thing that keeps her from A, or A+, actually, her drive gain is the worst in the game. Without a question, the worst drive gain in the game is Medusa's. At
You
least,
have to remedy it with dimensional.
yeah, you have to run her with dimensional to make it better. And even then, it is
It's
still
pretty average.
average. Like, you would actually have to give your kid with a worse skill to make her drive game good, decent. Baseline. Decent. And by that I mean you'd have to use Bellerophon, and we all know how good that one is. So that ain't happening. So unfortunately this weakness is so high on the weakness chart that it just makes it go from like here all the way one tier below, like completely. Just a tier down. Which is a bit of a shame, but unfortunately it is a weakness. Anyways, also, we forgot to say, how good is she? 1v1, she is a monster, stay the fuck away from her. She's like, all the way up here for a 1v1s. Like, you don't 1v1 a Medusa. You don't 1v1 Medusas. In terms of team play, she is an assassin type character. She's not a point, she can be a point character, but she's not exactly a point character. She is the character that will kill your team one by one, basically, while you're not paying attention, more than anything else. She is the assassin of this game. More than the, you know, actual assassin of the game. But yeah, that's about it. Now, let's talk about Lu Bu. He's below Cuchulainn, if you're wondering. Actually, he's below Jeanne as well. Lu Bu. You have anything to say about it? In terms of mommy S, in terms of character S, in terms of gameplay mid. I know, right? I know. My condolences on... I know. This is great. She is mid. Also, B plus isn't mid. Mid is B. B plus is like above mid.
Above mid.
She's above
Which
mid.
isn't saying much.
Not saying much. But this only applies for this tier list. For the next one, we'll change your minds on that. We'll talk later about that. Lu Bu. The terror of this game in a weird way. Let's start with the positives. Again, second best buff skill in the game really is something to say. Again, buffs everything. His attack speed, his movement speed, his skill speed, everything. It is, but on contrary to Medusa, it is an actual necessity for him. I am not gonna joke. The buff skill is a necessity, not an optional thing. It's a necessity. There's a big difference between Medusa and him on this department. Medusa, it's just a really good tool. Where Lu Bu hits his whole kit. Anyways, second good thing. He has really high damage skills. Like, every fucking thing he does a lot of damage. Third, his basic attacks are really good. Again, same thing as Medusa, as you can see. And fourth, if he's on drive, please don't stay near him and run the fuck away. Or try to the best of your abilities. You'll probably die otherwise. Okay, we're done with the good things. Negatives. Again, first off, you are reliant on using his buff skill. If you don't use his buff skill, you are the slowest character in the game without question. And I mean that, without question. Second, your skills are all close range. He has no range. Once more. Third, his skills are relatively easy to punish. Because, with the exception of one of his skills, all of the other skills relatively take either too long or are one of those cases of you block once and you punish him, which is worse. And finally, and probably his two biggest weaknesses. First off, he's a berserker, so obviously the lower drive duration is a weakness. But the biggest and most egregious one. The worst drive skill in the game is his. Has no range, no radius, is interruptible, and it is just
He's a berserker too.
Berserker.
He's a berserker. So it's gonna be a short duration.
So it's a short duration, and you're gonna. It's like, ugh. The only reason he's even in B tier is because a Lu Bu that cannot be stopped is a very, very scary thing to see. Like, Nothing below him besides Astolfo can really deal with him at all. Like, none of them can. Again, Astolfo is the exception because of the counter. Oh yeah, one more weakness. Counters are his bane and doom. Literally. You can't do shit about them. You are fucked against the counter character. So yeah. But anyone below him, he can actually deal with perfectly. This... Oh, it's... So yeah.
Ah.
And that's it. There's nothing else to him. He's fine. He's a good character, don't take me wrong. It's just... he's so counterable, it's actually not funny. But yeah. That's why he's here. Nobody below besides Astolfo can do shit about him. And obviously, everyone above him can do something about him. That's as simple as that. Okay, now that we are officially done with B plus below tiers, time to get to the good stuff. From now on, every character is at the very least good. At least good. So let's start. So at the bottom of A tier, hello nope, wrong tier. Hello Charlie. Okay, you're the biggest, and you're the biggest person I know that's very much against-ish Charlie. So you're gonna explain this one.
Hey, come on, man! I don't hate Charlie.
You're the
I
more.
think he's.
You're the more.
I just like how Caramel.
I'm too biased. I'm too biased on it. Let's just explain. It's on you on the. You can do this one.
Alright. Let's start off with the good stuff with Charlie. His buff skill is probably one of the best in the game.
No, it's
Because-
the best in the game. Point done.
Oh, there we go. It's the best in the game because one, if you're going to basic attack someone, it's literally just going to be the damage of a skill every time he basic attacks. It's a nuke. Charlemagne is a walking nuke when he has his buff on.
Hmm.
And his skill combos are also really good. You can do basically just use
Circle it
his
to
buff?
anything.
his buff, basic attack twice, use tornado. You can even use tornado into eruption, eruption into tornado. Even circle.
Yeah.
He can do a lot of combos, and you can just beat people to death with his basics when he has his buff on.
Another good thing is stun is like the third best in the game. Oh, actually no,
It's kinda
fourth.
fast
Fourth.
as well.
I forgot about it.
It's very fast.
Very fast. Fourth best. I forgot about Gilgamesh.
Yep, Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh is
Yep. The thing is, it's very short, but it's very fast. Like, it looks like a basic attack almost,
yeah.
if you use Charlie's stun. So it's instantaneous. You can combo it after hitting someone with a basic attack. You can instantly stun them and wait for your skills, if that's how you want to play.
Yeah. Decent drive gain, not amazing, not even good. It's just decent.
It's just normal.
And that's where the positives stop.
Yep.
Because now we get to the negative.
Oh wait, no, wait.
Oh, no,
wait.
there's
He has
one
positives.
more.
Wait.
He has
He has super armor.
super armor
When
on
Yep,
skills.
whenever he uses tornado or eruption,
Yeah.
he becomes super tanky. Sometimes you wouldn't be able to interrupt him.
Sometimes you can. Other times. Okay, now for the negatives. For real.
Woo. He has
Again.
one of the slowest drives in the game,
Like-
which is interruptible.
Third worst drive in the game. The third worst.
It's interruptible as hell. It's a little bit wide and can go through walls, but it's slow and interruptible. You wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want to be caught using a Charlie drive skill. Number
it-
two,
The
Yeah.
drive gain that is not great.
yeah,
That's it.
You wouldn't farm out his drive. You wouldn't want.
And the
to use it
third
for-
and slightly less bad one is his skills are a little slow. Say bit. They're a little too slow for where we are at. They're not as slow as some of the characters below, but they're like still a little too slow for what the top character. And that's
He's
me.
up there. He's up there.
He's still an
That's
A, but
Still pretty good.
yeah, this is where we leave it. Next up, this is us not accounting that, by the way, the infinites,
Yeah,
obviously.
we don't. We don't want to go with the helicopter Nero. That's
'Cause-
definitely disgusting.
If we count that, we put it higher. But we're not accounting that. Medusa would be higher if we accounted that as well. So, be glad. Anyways. Nero is a character I actually find so boring. But I'll try to be fair. Positives. One of the better range skills in the game with Rose Ictus. Like, that thing comes out fast enough, fast enough, and it has such a wide area. Holy mother of Christ. And it goes so far. Who made this skill? Seriously. It is such a good skill. Her drive skill is invulnerable and is actually a pretty decent free of effect as well. Well, people will probably dodge it, but it actually is pretty good. Her drive gain is really good, mainly because Rosa Ictus is a drug. And her basic attacks are actually good, especially her aerials, as we've talked about already. Kind of. Right. So, she has pretty good stuff. She also has a really easy to do kill combo. Like, really easy to do kill combo. It's not even funny. Like, just Gladius Sanus into Rose. Not Rose Ictus, Rose. Flaming Rose. I'll just call it Rose. And basically everyone dies. Like, literally, everyone dies to this.
Not even Gawain can escape it, actually.
Yeah, not even Gawain can survive this, which is saying a lot. Like, Gawain can survive Lancelot's kill combos. He cannot survive this one. So what is her issue? It's a weird one. Her issue is that she is what we call a jack of all trades, master of nothing. Outside of that range skill, all of her skills are relatively, like, immobile. First off, she has the worst buff skill in the game because it's just a buff skill that does nothing besides giving you hit stun. And her drive game is good, but again, not stellar, as I said. It's a good drive. She has good drive game, but not stellar. And it's just a case of, like, she's fine, but there are characters that do everything she does better. Except maybe Rose Ictus, the Rose Ictus part. That one might be her cake. And that's why she's here. Like, she's not bad. Never was. She never will be. But she's just kind of okay.
She's bland enough.
She's bland.
Enough.
Like, I'm trying to be actually, like not biased, because I don't actually like to play her. But, like, even if I don't like to play her, I'm still giving her an A because, like, even you, Ashima, really, like, she's good. It's just none of us want to play her. Because she's so okay. But yeah, next character. Okay, it's time we do this. Okay. This is yours. Have at it. You play this more than me.
Oh, Altera. Altera is literally Drake if she was a good character. If he was good gameplay wise.
No, Drake is a...
Literally-
Let's be fair, Drake is a good character.
Yeah,
In
Drake
more
is a
ways
good
than one.
However, her gameplay says otherwise.
Yes.
Altera's skill, the Surge of the Sword God, is literally just a better version of Danse Macabre. Okay, and Drake's Make Way, Altera's lights. She has
Light.
a skill that, yeah, her light show, it's instantaneous and is a better make way. Drake's Crossfire, Altera has a better version of that called the Photon Ray. It is more maneuverable, however, and has more range, but it has a very slow start.
Yeah.
And unlike Drake, who has an anchor, which is very good for terrain, Altera has an orange buff, and that
And a
buff
good one.
gives her extra range.
So...
It's basically just Drake gameplay, but better.
Mhm. Also has better basic attacks than Drake. Can agree on that. It's not even a question. She has good basic attacks.
Yeah.
Her drive
She
gain
has a kill
is
combo.
pretty good.
I'd say stellar. I'd say she has stellar drive gain. You just spam the hell out of her light show.
Okay.
And
No, I wouldn't say stellar. Stellar is like Gilgamesh is. Those
yeah, I guess.
really
Maybe.
good drive gain both. really.
Yes,
So-
she's really good, especially with her kill combo sometimes.
and
Sometimes you wouldn't even need Photon Ray. You could just go run Ice. You can go with Ice, or you can go with Surge. Anything. She's very flexible if you want.
except Rainbow
And-
Aurora. Don't use that.
Yeah, do not use that. And her stun is kind of slow too, so I do not recommend the stun as well.
But yeah.
And okay, negatives. What are the negatives?
Oh,
of
one more
our character?
positive. Her drive skill is invulnerable. Negative.
Oh,
She has no range on that drive.
it's literally non-existent.
It's
yes.
non-existent drive skill, and her weakness is not so much a weakness, but it's like it's a weird one where it's like it's the same as Nero. She is the middle ground character again. Of she's good at everything, but not amazing at anything. Everything she does, someone else does it better. Again, her close range skill, someone else does it better. Her light show, someone else does it better. Her rush skill, someone else does it better. Her goddamn buff skill, there are better ones in the game. Her eyes,
And you know what?
there's better versions of this.
And you know who the better one is? The better version of her is literally herself.
Exactly. So, and herself exists, so we can't really rate her any higher than this. She's good, don't get me wrong, but you'll notice that she's like falling behind. Like A is like the good tier already. Like this is already the good, and that's about it. But like she's good, but she will never be amazing. That's the only.
That sounds cruel if you think about it.
It's a bit cruel, but it's the truth. The other version of her exists, so we can't rate her any higher. Anyways, next character. I know I have to put this in, but I'm questioning if I put her now. I put Tamamo now. Because that skill is so hard to rate. I think we're gonna do is we're gonna have two people in Aprils again. I think we're gonna do that. Because it's so
Oh,
hard to
that's fair.
rate this. So,
That's fair.
yeah, I think that's fair. The rest, we'll leave later. The last eight tier is Artoria then. Why?
Yep.
Artoria, as you also, A tier is only sabers, by the way. There are nothing but sabers in A tier. It's kind of hilarious. Also, we forgot to say about the other character. Charlie is a good point character, not so much outside. Nero is better outside, but can do point. Altera is either way good. She's literally just all round. Okay. Anyways, back to Artoria. Positives. Invisible fucking air. And I don't need to say anything else. Invisible fucking air. As God priority over basically everything. I only know maybe one skill which has higher priority, and we all know who that belongs to.
Oh, that thing. That
That
thing.
thing. And it's literally the only skill probably that's better than invisible air for Artoria. This skill is so broken that by itself puts her up a billion ranks. Just by itself. And this is not even accounting the rest. Excalibur, the skill, is actually a really good long range, that's considered a close range skill. While it does have a bit of a startup, it has range to hell, and it does a lot of damage.
And it does a lot of guard break as well.
Yeah, also a
So
lot
if
of
you want to break someone's guard, you can just go Excalibur, Invisible Air. They will instantly take damage.
Yep.
No matter what happens.
Actually, if they're point
is
blank,
actually-
you can literally combo them to death with these two skills. So there's your kill combo. What else? Good drive gain, not stellar, but not even that really good. But it's good drive gain, very consistent as well. Really a good buff skill, which does the same as Altera's, where it increases the range of her attacks, like a lot. And that is all the positive. Well, those positives are already ridiculously good. What are the negatives? She doesn't have many negatives again. Except for one big negative. He has the second worst drive skill in the game. Like, it is so slow. Like, not only shooting it, but the projectile is slow itself. Like, really slow. She shouts out the top of her lungs when she's doing it. For some reason, like the biggest audio cue seen in ages. And she's interruptible. Why? Why?
It does go through walls though as a positive.
But
That's long range and goes through walls.
But that's minimum positive. That's like the most smidget of a positive. The only other kind of negative is that, like, her long range skills don't exactly, they take a bit to execute, but it's just a bit. It's not even that much of a weakness. It's light. Like, you can interrupt Excalibur if they do it wrong. That's it. Like, also her buff skill takes a bit to get activated. That is an actual weakness. It takes a bit to activate. Like, she has to do the whole, like, reveal animation of the sword to until she can finally.
Not only that, but I remember you said that she screams on the top of her lungs, so the element of surprise when you're behind the wall
What's up, Black Reaper?
literally does nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, so
It's so useless.
it's so bad. And that's why we cannot put her any higher, because that drive skill is so bad. God damn, it's absolute shit. You could just not use it, yes, but oh my god. Invisible air vote.
You can't even sneak attack with her.
Exactly. There's no sneak attacking. It's like, good luck. A+, we can finally work on this. First off, Tamamo. So, the reason Tamamo is an A+ is due to one singular skill, which is so hard to rate because of what it does. So, up until now, we've talked... Also, 1 second. On Artoria department, she's good either way, point or not point. A lot of the characters from now on are like that. So, just go with it like that. If they're not, I will say. Tamo's main usage is one skill. Because of this one skill, she is here. Purely because of that one skill. And that is heal. The heal skill. The only support skill in the game, like actual healing support skill in the game, that has big area, ridiculous amounts of healing to anyone in the area, and just you can't. And she has a counter.
She's literally built to stay on point.
She's built to stay on point, which is hilarious.
She's built to sustain others who stay on point.
Yeah.
So that's also positive.
So what are her negatives though? Her negatives are simple. First off, she doesn't have a kill. She has a kill combo, but it's unreliable at best because Gyokutenho does not always work properly.
Especially because of lag.
Yep. And lag doesn't help your case. Her drive is okay. Sometimes it's invulnerable, sometimes it's not. I've seen both shit happen. Majority of the time it's invulnerable, but there are sometimes lag gets in the way, especially hers. Her skills are fine outside of, you know, counter and heal. Like, none of them are bad. And she does have good drive game, because ice is a drug. But these weaknesses really only put her down from S tier. And what is really hard to rate is the heal, because it's ridiculously good, but it has a long cooldown. Like, it is a full minute of cooldown, that thing. Like, actually a full minute there of cooldown for the heal. Which makes the skill very hard to rate. We know it's really good, but the rest of her kit doesn't really help her case. Because if she doesn't have heal, she's down here, people. Like, somewhere around here in BT. Literally. Otherwise, she's here purely because of that heal. Nothing else. And that's Tamamo. Also, if you're wondering, yes, she's a point character, obviously. And the final A+ character, there's two of them here, is the other caster. Because fuck it. So, Childeray, forever considered by everyone's tier list but mine a shit character. Like, every
Hey,
tier list I've
hey.
seen that's not... Okay, besides yours. You don't count, you came up late. Come on. Like, you know this, but a lot of people don't, and they put him down here, maybe down here, at best up here. Maybe on the rare one they'll put it here. No, don't take a hike. That's all I have to say to everyone. I'm even gonna start with his negative. I will start with the negative, which is the main negative that keeps him from going to S tier. His drive gain is bad. Like, it's not terrible, but it's bad. It's not these two character level of bad, but it's Archimedes bad. Like that level of drive gain. It's bad. The other two weaknesses that I forgot are his drive is interruptible, but it's not exactly slow to come out, but it is interruptible, so we can mention that. And the other weakness is his, well, not really a weakness, his basics are meh. It's like, they're not amazing, but they're not that bad. Like, they're in the middle of the road. They're the worst caster basic attacks, but both the casters have good basics, which is the other two have good basics. So, it does just seem a little lackluster compared. So why the hell is he A+ now? One simple fact. He is the most annoying fucking character to face in this game. By far and away, the most annoying character to face. Why? Simple. His best skill is a slow field that he can put down like this, that slows down everyone in it, and you are stuck in there for 10 seconds. 9 seconds. 9 to 10 seconds. You're stuck in there from 9 to 10 seconds without being able to do shit. And he can put this anywhere, people. Anywhere he wants. He can block passageways. He can block you in the middle of the point. He can block you outside the point. He can block you everywhere. What can you do? Nothing. You can dash. You probably won't kill you while you're in there because invuln frame get extended in slows. But doesn't matter because you can't do shit. You can't gain drive. You can't you can't do any attacks unless you want to get punished. And you cannot basically almost move. He basically is the biggest delayer of everything you do. You are stuck there doing nothing. The enemy team is getting drive and kicking your other team's ass while you're stuck there. You know, Archimedes has this, but Archimedes has a setup time. Childeray does not. That's the difference. Not only that, he also has another slow to add to this. One that has actually decent range to start off. And you know, slows, obviously. And actually has a good area of effect. And you can barely see it. Like, he does these tentacles below the ground that literally, unless you're paying attention to a Childeray, you're probably gonna get hit. I'm sorry. And if this wasn't bad enough, his other two skills that are usually part of his kit are really good. Tentacle Mallet is probably the best, his second best skill outside of the big slow field. All for the two reasons. One, it's instantaneous to come out. He literally does it and he boop, goodbye, you're about to take damage. Has a wide area of effect, and it is what leads to kill combos. It's one of the skills that leads to kill combos. The other one is a close range skill that hits like a truck up next to you. It's instantaneous and leads to a kill combo. He has two kill combos. One is easier to do than the other, but they're not that hard to do either way. Also, his shield break is decent. Nothing amazing there, but that's fine. And that's it. I don't need to explain more. I am done. That is it. Like, the ridiculous amount of slows he has make him a ridiculously annoying character to deal with and a really pain in the ass. So yeah, he is obviously best as a support character, by the way, as an off-point character. I play him on point, but I'm playing it wrong. If I played him off point, everyone at this point would be basically bitching at me for using him. Actually, I've already been Geneva conventioned to never use his big AoE slow field. So yeah. Anything to add, Ashima, that I might have missed?
I think you got everything.
Yeah. Like, you want to add your little just tidbit? I know I got everything, but like, feel free just to add it. Little.
You can use him either way. You can use him with either cooldown or attack speed, and he'd still be good.
Yep, he works either way. So yeah.
With cooldowns, you can spam your slows better. With attack speed, you can catch up to people who are also in drive, and you can manage to kill them sometimes. You can deal decent damage with him. Not only that, even his slows do a little bit of damage as well.
Yep.
One of his slows at least. So Gilderay is a pretty solid character.
Yep. In a 1v1 scenario, by the way, you don't fight a Gilderay. If he's using the big slow, you don't fight him. Point done, we're done.
If you're in Millennium Capital especially.
If you're in if you're in Millennium Capital, this is what happens.
Gilderay goes way, way, way up here.
Yeah. Because we're talking in a general sense, he's here. But if we're talking only Millennium Capital, he is EX tier. Like, however, if he's in Rome, he goes down to B+. So there is a counterpoint. That's why he's in A+. Millennium Capital, Rome. That's the difference.
Yep. Same thing with Archimedes. You could say that with him. Archimedes goes up to B at least when it's Millennium Capital as well.
And when it's Rome, well then.
It's Rome.
Well, I'm so sorry. So yeah, we can't add extra tiers here, so he just stays in C. I mean, he goes down a tier, goes up a tier, technically. This is half a tier only. So yeah. But yeah, that's about it.
That's why slow fields are very difficult to rank, because it's dependent on the maps.
Yeah. So we just do a general case where, like, the majority of them are here. Like, I'd say it's like this. Millennium Capital. Stormy Sea Palace. Around here. City of Destiny, because there are a lot of some good choke points in that. Saint Metropolita. And Rome. So there you go. It's around that way of how this works. Also, Stormy Sea is up here because of like 3 points. 3 of the areas. There's only one bad area for Stormy Sea Palace as Slowfield. Only one bad area, which is hilarious. Millennium Capital, every area is good. Like, you have so many choke points. Oh my god. It's hilarious.
It's literally the heaven for Archimedes and Gilderay.
Exactly. Anyways, let's keep going before everyone gets tired of listening to Gilderay stuff. S tier. Let's start off with Karna. Here's your Karna, Raffaello. There's your Karna. S tier. Bottom of it, but S tier. Go ahead. I need a break from my throat. It's your turn. Bro needs a break.
Alright. Karna is S tier because of a few things. One thing, his spear on point blank hits twice, and that can kill instantly. Karna is very strong because he can gain drive as well very quickly. Lightning is very good for farming drives. You can get at least 60 to 70 instantly. What else? What else about Karna? He has extremely good range. Extremely high range on his basics.
Like,
his drive skill is also massive. I would say it's really, really good because when he throws it away, it can reach back to him as well. So it's like a huge radius.
However, it has one problem. If it hits a wall, it fizzles.
Not only does it I wouldn't say fizzle, it just has half the radius instead of the regular one.
Yeah, basically. It's like, if it hits a wall, it's not very good. That's why I don't usually rank very highly. I have skill. Anyways, keep going.
However, Karna is extremely slow, which is one of his major weaknesses. But his build, which is the attack speed build, counters that immediately. So that covers his weaknesses immediately. So Karna just pops back into S.
Yep.
Because his good outweighs his negatives.
Yeah, at this point,
Extremely well.
the only thing that's like keeping him any higher is no buff skill. Like,
That's it.
that's it.
That's it.
He has no buff skill, which is gonna be a thing for some characters of why they are not higher. It's just they have no buff skill. That's it.
We don't even have anything else horrible to say about Karna. That's it.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where it's like almost only good things. We actually are out of bad things to say of some characters here. On the department of good things to say about characters, which suffer from lack of buff skill. Rex Magnus. Okay, give me.
this guy.
Go ahead on this one. I still need.
Okay, Rex Magnus. The only thing negative about this guy is that he's extremely slow. However, just like Karna, you build attack speed on him. So it's not really that much of an issue. His drive gain is good, and when he has drive, attack speed, and the attack buff from the attack speed Mystic Code, he's instantly a monster. You have to run away from him. His drive skill is a big radius that can cover the entire point. It's literally just the entire point, but an exploded one. So if he uses his drive skill, you better run away. And it's not interruptible. He is invulnerable in it.
Yep.
What else can we say bad about him? He
Technically,
doesn't have
one
a
of
buff skill,
the skills technically looks like his drive skill. Technically, we don't use it much.
But if you don't use it, it's so slow.
It's a slow.
And
But
what are the bad things we can say about him? Absolutely nothing.
hey, so what? He's a good character.
good.
He's like, we have nothing else to say. Like, he's lacking a buff skill, and that's it. Again. So now we get to the point where everyone else has a buff skill from now on. So well, actually no, except one character, but that one character is so bullshit that that's not even a problem. Next character, Darius. So his only weakness is he's a berserker. This is his only weakness. Which is interesting, because until now we've literally said like berserker weakness is pretty bad because, you know, drive lasts so little. Dear Tier Drake, what a joke. I know, right?
That's what that's what it stands for. D stands
for Drake.
You got it. You got it. That's the joke.
That is the joke. And the reality of this game, unfortunately.
The developers actually were in on that joke.
Exactly. Anyways, Darius has the whole berserker weakness. Also, his drive skill, while decent, can be interrupted. But it's a decent drive skill, and it's not that easy to interrupt because he becomes a giant hitbox. Iskander, don't worry, we'll get to him.
Oh, we'll get to that guy.
We'll get to him.
We'll get to him. We'll get to him.
So, we've said the two weaknesses he has. What are the positives? Everything else. He does not have a bad skill.
Damage. Everything.
Yeah. A lot of damage on every skill he does. A lot of range on every skill he does. A buff skill. Goddamn, actually good attack speed. For reals.
His buff skill, when you use a skill, he throws a fireball at you.
Yeah.
That's extra damage.
More damage.
It makes it double. It makes it double nuke.
Yeah, Darius is amazing in this game. Like, and also, if you're thinking, oh, but what about the drive part? Oh, don't worry, he will get it. Assuredly.
You'll get it. If you want to do a drive speedrun, he's probably up there.
He's probably up there on drive gain. He has so much range on every skill he has. He'll get his drive in no time. You cannot... And he has so much range that he probably will win any altercation of basic attacks. And skills. Like, it is that broken. Again, the only reason he's even in S only is because he's a berserker. That is it. Nothing else. Otherwise,
We
he'd be EX.
We could literally just. Okay, we could literally move on to the next big motherfucker.
Emiya, the last S tier character. Everything else.
Absolutely.
Emiya is, the best way to say it is, he doesn't have a weakness.
That's it. Simple as this.
Emiya does not have a weakness. Bladeworks is really good. Instantaneous ranged skill. Really,
Grunting helps him escape.
yeah. Lots of kill combo ways of killing people. Really good drive skill. Really good drive gain. Just really good damage on everything but Bladeworks, but it doesn't matter because that thing is instant. And just the best escape tool in the game called Runting.
Oh, that thing.
Like,
What about what about everything he does is it's so busted, especially if you pair it with his orange buff.
also his buff
which
skill.
gives him range.
Yep.
Gives him range. Gives him range. So now even his instantaneous blade wish can reach you from the middle of nowhere. It
Yep.
can reach to the city.
Yeah.
His 3 skill thingies, or what's that?
Thousand Arms something. Thousand
Oh,
Arms.
the Supreme
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 Moon.
Cell Sword.
Yeah,
there we
Supreme
go.
Moon
The
Cell
Supreme Moon
Swords.
Cell Swords. The radius on that becomes extremely big. Fronting's explosion also becomes bigger.
Also, it hits people in the air. Little tidbit.
Mhm.
Might not have known. And yeah, he's just really good. At this point, we're kind of out of weaknesses. The only reason he's not EX is simple. He is not inherently
enough.
busted.
He is not broken.
EX
and also
is broken
and also-
shit.
his drive skill is pretty good. It's pretty fast.
It's really fast and it's really good, and it's what Artaria wishes she had for a drive skill. Literally.
Oh yeah, the only negative thing I can say about him is that his drive skill does not go through walls.
Oh, whoop-de-doo. Whoa,
That's
what a
not-
problem.
That's not even. See, it's not even that horrible of a demerit.
Exactly. And now we get to the broken tier of EX. So
Oh,
everything is broken here from now on. We're starting with the only character that does not have a buff skill. Your
Of
turn.
course.
Go at it.
The king. Of course, it's the king. It has to be the king. First off, Gate of Babylon, busted. Enkidu modification, long range skill that can go through walls, busted. His stun, you can spin around the Gilgamesh and you can stun the entirety of the ranges around you.
For the best stun in the
that
game,
is-
basically.
That's why it's kind
Ah,
of a
second.
mechanic it's a mechanic that not a lot of people know.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh can spin around while stunning people, and that could hit the back. That could hit behind him,
Yeah.
on the sides, and in front of him at the same time. It's kind of interesting.
Really interesting.
And he has
Obvious,
a
yeah.
lock-on skill. Yep.
Yes, he is the only character in this game with a lock-on skill where if he uses it and he's locked on to him, the skill will spawn on top of the person. So anyone that's trying to do any kind of, skill that doesn't make them move, I'm sorry for what's about to happen. Apple.
That's probably Gilgamesh's fault.
Yep.
His
Gil-
counter is a little bit weird because it teleports him backwards, but that's not really a demerit.
Yeah.
It
But
could save him because
weirdly
he's an
enough,
archer. He
though,
wants
the
to keep
stun is
away.
better, so people don't use the counter, which is fucking hilarious.
It's debatable, but yeah, I believe I'm in the stun gang.
Yeah, I'm sorry to
I'm not in
admit
the
that.
I'm not in the counter gang, but I know a lot of good Gilgameshes that go counter.
The only proper kind of weak. Also, his actual biggest win. His drive gain is the best in the game. It is not even a question. It is
Literally any map.
any
any
map. He will get it in 15 seconds. Maybe 20 if it's Rome or Millennium. But 15 seconds. And he has his drive. Every time. So
Absolutely.
and he does have a weakness, by the way. But this strength is so busted that the weakness doesn't matter, which is his drive skill is actually not very good. It's
And
okay.
It's very interruptible. It's interruptible.
It's
It has little
interruptible?
range.
Yeah. Little range
yeah,
and
that's-
interruptible. The only
that's it.
thing going for it is it's quick to come out. That's it. But it's not quick enough. It's not Medusa levels of quick.
He gets it out quick. He gains it back quick, and then the loop continues.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to speedrun the entire multiplayer lobby, go Gilgamesh. He's so good in the first few minutes of the game. That late game doesn't matter if you get ahead as Gilgamesh.
Look, even if you get to late game, he is still great in late game. Even if you get there, he's still good. He never actually falls down. Also, if you're wondering, 1v1 he's not very good. He's only good in actual multiplayer, not 1v1s, because you need space to work. Oh yeah, we forgot about talk about the other 4 characters. They'll work everywhere, as I said before, the other 4. In 1v1s, they're all really good. Karna might be, to a lesser extent, a little worse. But the other 3, you don't 1v1 these buddies. Anyways.
You run. If you're using anyone from below,
Yeah,
normally you would run or add space to both of you.
exactly. Gilgamesh is the only bad 1v1 character here. Because he
Even-
actually needs
even then,
space.
he's decent. Even then, Gilgamesh is still decent.
Yeah.
You can 1v1 with him.
You can
but
win
he's not-
1v1, just not amazing.
Yep. He's not S tier. He's not EX tier if he's 1v1. He's probably
Okay.
more A.
Let's get this done with. This is your show.
Oh.
I am not
oh
dealing
boy.
with this. My stream will kill me if I start talking
Oh,
good things
let's
about this.
go. What? No, come on, talk about it. It's your. Come on, man. It's your show. It's
Hate
your
you so-
show and it's your character.
No, it isn't my character. Stop with that bullshit. I don't like Gawain. You know this.
Come on. Come on, chat knows it's your favorite character. We even have a church for it. You're the Pope. Come on, talk about him.
Fine.
He's
Let's
so
get this
great.
shit done with. First off, weaknesses. Non-existent. So, he doesn't have weaknesses. First off. Okay, no. Technically, he does have one, kinda. Given to talk about Gil, fair enough, I guess. Okay. So, he technically has one weakness. Fine, I'll do it, so what? The one tiny weakness he has is his drive game is at best decent. Not bad, not good, decent. That's it. Good for the... God damn it. That is his only main weakness. Nothing else is a weakness on him. He has no weaknesses. He only has blessings from now on. From now on, be ready for bullshit. He has a buff skill that increases his range. So, already really good. A counter, which is the best counter in the game that gets affected by the buff skill, by the way. So it has even longer range than normal. A fucking long range skill that counts as a close range that deals a fuck ton of damage and can actually lead to a kill combo or actually finish a kill combo. And finally, Blade of the fucking Sun, the most ridiculously bullshit, highest damage skill in the game, bar none, deals so much damage. If you get hit by this, you are stuck in it. You'll probably, almost assuredly die, and it is part of every kill combo he has. No exceptions. Every single fucking one. Fucking hell. And finally, if this wasn't enough, he also is invulnerable during this drive skill, but you won't kill anyone since it's one of those AoE around you drive skills. It's too slow to actually kill anyone. But it does occupy the whole area, so he's a really good, really good point character. He's basically a better Lancelot if you're wondering what he is. And finally, if this wasn't already enough, he is the only character in this game to literally have more defense than everyone else. Also, I haven't said this, but Berserkers have this tiny passive where their basic attacks deal more damage than the normal character. Gawain also has that. Without the demerits of being a Berserker. And with an extra plus of having an extra defense baseline. So you tell me, if he's not EX, the only reason he's not higher on this tier list is because of his drive gain. That is it. We're done. Next character, it's you. I'm done. I don't want to speak of this anymore.
Yes.
You're
beautiful.
talking about Iskander next. Go ahead. I'm tired.
The chills when you talk about the Lord and Savior.
God damn you. Get to
Iskander.
it.
Iskander. Ooh, this guy.
This is all because of one build, by the way. It's up here. One, by the way.
If you go with a specific dimensional build with this character, you can spam all of his abilities at once. You can spam soldiers lightning, and then you get drive. And when you get drive, you have a drive skill that is basically a better Robin Hood snipe.
It is the best drive skill in the game as well.
Yep.
And the
It can
weird
go
part
through
is, it's interruptible. It's an interruptible drive skill, technically. But
correct.
it's still the best one in the game. Go ahead.
One, it goes in. It's instant. It goes instantly. Number 2, it has high range. Number 3, it goes through walls. It's basically an upgrade to Robin Hood Snipe, as I've said earlier.
Yep.
Its range is so long, it can reach an entire corridor. And the thing is, you can even play Iskander without using drive time. You can just instantly drive after getting it and then get another one while the dimensional cooldown stuff is still up there. And that second one will be the one you will use to defend yourself. It's quite interesting. But they're also pretty disgusting.
That is... It's disgusting. It is...
His only weaknesses are long-range attacks, and his counter is only reaching a triangle. But even then, his counter...
Long-range attacks my ass! Yes, both his skills are long-range, for fuck's sake.
It's medium, I think.
It's medium-high.
If you have...
It's like, it's not quite long, but it's not quite medium either. It's like, it's higher than goddamn Cook Collins. Fuck's sake.
The only way you can beat the Iskander is through spacing. One of the best characters you can use to deal with the Iskander is most likely Gilgamesh.
Also a really good point character if you didn't get the point already.
Yep, he's insanely good on point. So the way you can beat him is actually to use characters that are away from point. Except for maybe Lancers that dash. Skahak is horrible for him since he has a counter. And oh yeah, that counter is weird, by the way.
Yeah, it has a very lasting hitbox. Like, it stays there even way beyond the time it's actually gone and done its animation. Iskander has already moved out of there, and it's still going.
There's 2 seconds of explosion that are just waiting in the area that it attacked.
Yeah, I've been hit by stats so many times.
Even if it's like if the counter only hits in a triangular direction rather than the circular one that you see most of the characters have,
doesn't matter.
It's still pretty good.
You can redirect
because it has an element, and it has an element of surprise with it.
It's so bullshit. And yeah, that's Iskander. Done.
Iskander.
And somehow there's actually a character from the base game that's even more broken, which is amazing.
Oh boy.
The fucking Shuan. So to start off, by the way,
the
only assassin in the game does not have a weakness. There are no weaknesses anymore, by the way. We're done with weaknesses now. Like, what can we say? Invisibility is a pain in the ass to deal with. He does more damage than Robin from back attacks. Oh yeah, another tidbit about invisibility. Invisibility makes every attack you do become a back attack. But Li Xuan's is better because he's an assassin. So instead of the usual 20% modifier from back attacks, you get a 50% back attack modifier. 50% more damage.
That's really interesting.
It's insane.
Think about it.
When you think about it.
Shit.
Right? For Robin.
It's really...
But yeah, he has invisibility. And 3 skills. He does not have any more skills. These 4 skills are all that exist. The rest doesn't matter. There's only 4 skills. Lightning, the most farm heavy skill I've seen in a while, with the biggest cone of area of effect, really quick, and gives you so much drive, it's insane. Toilet seat, as I like to call it. The toilet seat skill, where he has the longest pull range I've ever seen on a skill. Does not do a lot of damage, but he will probably grab someone every fucking time. Someone will get absorbed by this and get hit by it. And it will give you a lot of drive. And finally, the the literal cherry on top of this fucking cake. Back elbow strike. This fucking rush skill. This absolutely stupid, broken piece of shit of a rush skill. It is, by far, the hardest hitting, fastest rush skill in the game. Question bar none.
It breaks guard easily too.
It also breaks guard really easily. Leads to every kill combo he has. Or ends every kill combo he has.
Not to mention that Lee Shuren also has an easy time performing air combos.
Yes.
His air attacks are... He has 3 air attacks.
Yeah.
All of those will become back attacks. And then he can just lead into an elbow strike and that can kill.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Is that fair?
No, it
That doesn't
isn't.
sound fair.
No, it is not fair.
And oh yeah, he also has the cream of the crop, the best drive skill in the game, the second best probably,
Third.
or
Medusa's is
arguably
better.
even better than Iskandar. Probably even better than Iskandar.
No,
Yes.
is only considered better if you consider invisibility. If we don't consider invisibility, this is the third best one.
Oh, that's fair.
Medusa has the second.
Okay, that's fair. But if you consider invisibility,
Oh no, if we
it's
consider invisibility, it's the best one
it's
in the game.
probably up there.
It's
Probably up there.
it's literally as kill heavy as Iskandar's, without the weakness of being interruptible.
You wanna know? You wanna know why it's better? I wanna know why it's the best if it's invisible. It's very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. It's invisible when it starts. It's very quiet when it starts. You won't hear
Yeah,
a thing.
exactly.
You'll just see a punch suddenly going in your direction. That one-shots you.
Also, you gotta go invisible anyway. Doesn't mean you'll have invisible all the time you do
All
the
the
actual
time.
drive skill. So, you're not always invisible.
But if you're playing Lee Shuren, you're most likely going to be invisible on the second half of your drive.
Yeah. So, you'll
Part Lee
probably...
Shuren players will do that.
But, yeah, the good ones will do it. Otherwise, you know... The only negative of this drive skill is literally it does have a little bit of a setup moment. But you
Yep.
actually have to be able to see it coming, which is the issue
But
here.
you won't hear it coming either. And it hits once, but it procs 3 times. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it
If you
does.
get hit by the first attack, that's it. If you get hit by the second attack, that's it. If you get hit by the third attack,
That's it.
that's it. You don't get you don't
And
get
it's a
consecutive hits.
Big area. It's a
Really big,
area.
really big one.
It's bigger than Medusa's area. I'm pretty sure of that. But yeah,
Good.
it's really good. Also, and then you're like, but you haven't talked about his drive game. You don't have to. It's
Oh,
ridiculously good.
It's good.
It's ridiculously good. It's not Gilgamesh or Iskandar dimensional levels of gain, but
It's really good.
it's really good. It doesn't matter. As I
And since
said,
you're an assassin, and as an assassin, it's your job to disturb these guys from getting drive gain.
yeah, exactly. You'll be stopping them, and you'll be gaining
Well,
drive in the
you-
process.
Exactly. Why assassin? This assassin is the broken one.
Yeah. If you're wondering about 1v1s, all of these are broken except Gilgamesh, as I said. Even his scanner, if you use the build dimensional, you probably cannot 1v1 him either. Until he's out of dimensional. Then you can. But, yeah. Like, Gawain and Li Xuan in 1v1s are hell to deal with, especially Gawain. But yeah. And finally,
Oh my god, not this thing. Do we even talk about this one?
I don't think we
need to.
should. I don't think we
You
need
just
to.
just put her down in the question mark thing. She doesn't deserve a spot. Pay to win. That's all you need to know. That's the only sentence you need to know. Pay to win.
pay to win character.
Yeah,
Literally.
that's the pay to. Yeah, that's the pay to win tier.
This is
the
the pay
question
to
mark.
win.
The question mark means pay to win. That's what it means. No need to explain anything. You just know.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely nothing. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So, the pay to win. And with that, we're done with explanations. And this is
Of the North
finally
one.
the full tier list. Feel free to take a screenshot